So guys, I want you to take this to note. I want you to remember this: the benefits of taking ARVs far much outweigh the effects that I'm going to discuss shortly about today. So there are short-term and long-term ARV side effects. So let's start with short-term side effects. So short-term side effects is whereby a person feels so it lasts about a week or to 2 weeks. So is when by a person is first starting to take in his or her medication, and you know our body generally inenge isina kujaira zvotora medication, so it feels like something has invaded my body. Something, remember, when you are at a window period, basically window period is whereby after 3 months or 3 to 4 months after infection, you are highly infectious there. So if you take medication to try to combat the action that has been happening in your body, that's where now you start to feel a general discomfort. You start to feel tired always. You start to feel you start to feel fatigue. You start having trouble to sleep and regular bowel movements, deep thinking. Guys, remember, this is a lifelong process. So you'll be having deep thoughts about how, why me, what is it happened to me, why not this one. So those are thoughts that are went through by everyone who is diagnosed positive HIV. But the only solution to those short-term side effects of taking your medication, guys, I can tell you, is to stay stress-free. Search like memes, search comic pasta on here on YouTube. You stay, alive. But it takes time to appreciate that someone is HIV positive. I know it even takes like a year or two for someone to finally understand that, no, this is my life, I didn't like it, I didn't apply it, so let me just do it. So these are short-term side effects of ARVs. But the long-term, guys, can be very much avoided. How can they be avoided? They can be avoided by you taking your medication as prescribed by the doctor, adherence to the medication plan. So long-term method: firstly, HIV reduces fertility in women. Yes, you read correctly. So that's why I encourage many women watching this video to bear children, as many as you like, because sooner or later HIV is destroying our immune system. So fertility levels reduces in women, and the tuberculosis is one of the longest terms and one of the outcomes diseases that is caused by this virus HIV. So how it works is, generally HIV kills our CD4 count cells, which means we are no longer resistant to some of those strong flus like tuberculosis. So but it can be avoided. You can just take your medication purely without any misconceptions. Usingajambe my days, usingete default. You can actually live long. And HIV reduces testosterone in men. So what happens in us men is it reduces the strength, power unoita kuti rinoredusa kuti munhu angova nesimba, murume anenge angoneta neta chichichichi. And it also causes some strong headaches, guys, and nemaromodza. Inini angu andite maromodza nemaromodza. And I mean, there are so many side effects of ARVs, but I want to challenge you today that you cannot compare the side effects and advantages. So rather take into consideration taking your medication purely and to avoid these ravageous effects of these pills that were proven to be safe and correct to use by everyone, by our scientists. So the reason is not to frighten you guys, remember, is to encourage us as people to take our medication purely, so that we don't face some of these challenges that I was saying about. With that, much love. If you find this video educative, please share it with your friends, put a like, subscribe, so that we hope YouTube will recognize that there's someone called Paso, a 19-year-old boy trying to be an activist for the virus HIV. Thank you. Much love.